This is Truth Bronco with Bill Ward. On this channel, you'll see many different things. You'll hear many different things. I promise you it will all be the truth. We'll talk about the Bible. We'll talk about grizzly bear confrontations that I have had personally. We'll call coyotes, and we'll be in the Rocky Mountains in the North Country of the United States of America, and we will be down here where I am right now, filming the Colorado River and the northern stretches of Lake Havasu in Arizona. I want you to follow my videos as the numbers go. They'll be numbered, beginning with the Ghost of the Angel, number 1, followed up by Mary's song and the Many Lives of Mary. I have written all the songs that you'll see on my videos. They're all originals. If you don't follow them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc., then you'll have trouble understanding the symbolism that is in the next video to come. I hope you enjoy it, and please subscribe and do all those other things that are necessary, including the thumbs up to see more videos. This is Truth Bronco with Bill Ward. Welcome to Kayaking, Colorado River Backwaters. That's what you're looking at right now. This is actually, as we pan across here, backwaters to the Colorado River, and to the top of the screen there you can see the Colorado River itself down here in western Arizona. See a boat going over there on the river right now. Now this is going to turn into Lake Havasu, which is dammed up by Parker Dam. Parker Dam, I think I read the other day, is one of, if not the deepest dams either in the world or the United States of America, but close to a football field high. Pretty phenomenal. Now these backwaters are sanctioned as a national wildlife refuge. And there's a beach, or quite a few beaches, but there's a beach up here in the direction that you're looking right now into the beginning of Lake Havasu that we'll launch my kayak and we'll do a little paddling through these flood grasses in here, and we'll see what kinds of different animals, birds, insects that we see. Hopefully no rattlesnakes will crawl up on top of my kayak and go for a ride on it while we're in it. But there are rattlesnakes that swim in these waters right here. I've seen pictures of them doing that, and there are 13 different species of rattlesnakes in this area here in the Mojave Desert. And we're going to go over and take a little trail down to a beach where we'll do some kayaking, launch from that particular beach. I want to tell you before we do that though, that in the past I've been down there before, and I was down there and I was talking to a couple employees for the Bureau of Land Management. And these guys, as we were talking there, one said, just stand still and don't move. And I said, why was that? Why is that? And he said, well, there's a tarantula hawk about 2 feet away from your feet down there, but he's going to just go over and get himself a drink of water. So leave him alone. Let him get his drink, and then he'll probably fly away. Now, a tarantula hawk is a type of a wasp, and they're about 2 inches long. And I don't know if you ever saw any of the videos before or not, but Coyote Peterson did a series of videos until he decided to quit. finally, where he would, on purpose, have different types of reptiles or insects sting him, bite him, just to see how bad it hurt. And he did that one time with a tarantula hawk, like I was looking at just a couple feet down from my feet. And it knocked him down, as I recall. The pain was so horrendous from that sting, from that wasp, tarantula hawk type of a wasp, that it knocked him down. And then he did something. He got stung by something else before, and he would go on there and have himself get bitten by Gila monsters, and see what the effect of it would be. And scorpions, never a bark scorpion. The other two scorpions that reside in this area, but a bark scorpion he would not let sting him because it could kill him. They're here too. 3 different major types of scorpions. Striped-tailed scorpion, which is similar looking to a bark scorpion, except the bark scorpion carries its tail flat instead of up over its back all the time, curled up. And a giant hairy scorpion, which is the biggest, but it hurt Coyote Peterson the least of the 2 stings. The striped-tailed scorpion hurt him more than the giant hairy scorpion, and then he said, no, 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 no bark scorpion. They're too bad. But anyway, that tarantula wasp knocked him down. And here's an interesting sidelight about tarantula wasps. They're called tarantula wasps because they hunt tarantulas. And what they'll do is get near a tarantula, and a tarantula will attack this tarantula hawk. Once again, it's a 2-inch long wasp. And when it attacks, the tarantula attacks the wasp stings him in the underbelly of the tarantula. It paralyzes the tarantula. He's still alive, but it paralyzes him. Now, I'm reading this from the internet. So if I'm wrong, I'm just getting it from the internet. Check me out on this. But I found it pretty interesting, and that's why I have remembered it. It'll sting that tarantula in the belly, paralyzing the tarantula. Then the wasp will take that tarantula and he will drag it to its hole in the ground, wherever this tarantula wasp is living with its young, and its young will crawl up on that tarantula and eat it alive. It's paralyzed, so it can't move, it can't fight back, but those tarantula hawk young will crawl up on that tarantula and eat it alive. That's why they're called tarantula hawks, or a tarantula wasp. Well, this one that I saw with these 2 BLM guys finished getting a drink on the beach and then flew away, just like the guy from BLM said he would. Pretty interesting stuff, I thought. That's why I thought I'd tell you about it. Anyway, we'll go for a walk after a while and head down to the beach, get in the kayak, and go explore in these tules and grasslands here in the backwaters of the Colorado River. Stay tuned. This formation is called Castle Rock as we take this trail down to the beach. On the far side of the lake over there, this is not Lake Havasu, this is just kind of an offshoot of the backwaters that would lead to the Lake Havasu. But right there where you're looking is a kind of a break in the tules and the grasslands that will take you deeper into those grasslands and toward the Colorado River, which is where we'll go with the kayak. The little lizard, part of the wildlife. Well, we launched into Castle Rock Bay, and we're headed toward an exit of this bay that's really hard to see till you get right up on it. As we're headed into, well, this might be part of Lake Havasu. I don't think so, but I think a lot of people would probably say it is, because the reason why I say I don't think so is because there's going to be a little bit of the Colorado River that you have to kayak down before you could actually get into the Lake Havasu proper. So I'd say this is still what we're dealing with here is Colorado River backwaters. This should pop out, as you can see it kind of coming clearer and clearer now. Onto the Colorado River. Eventually. Still backwaters, but then as you look down there, you can see that buoy, and beyond that buoy, that is the Colorado River. So we'll just paddle around here a little bit, do a little exploring around these cattails. It's the middle of the day, so you know, I see a duck over there, and we saw a grebe coming out here, and I saw a coot. But it's the middle of the day, so it's a little bit warm. Most of the wildlife, I think, will probably be as close as they can find for shade. But we know this is teeming with wildlife. Pretty shallow right here. I can see the bottom. How deep is it? 2 feet. Colorado River is pretty amazing. Boy, it really has some power to it.
certain places, as you well know. And I am not good enough to paddle some of that class 4 or 5 water in a kayak. Would be kind of fun though to go down it in a raft. I've talked to people who have done that before. It's way cool, they say. That it is. Paddling here is, and looking back, that was our exit from Castle Rock Bay, and that rock that you see right there in the middle of the picture, that's Castle Rock. And then behind that is the parking area where I unloaded the kayak, and then dragged it down. I guess it'd be about 100 yards to go into Castle Rock Bay. Just thought I'd show you where we came from. We'll go up here and do a little bit more exploring. And a few little nooks and crannies and these tulies. If you haven't watched my previous video, kayaking Willow Lake, you're probably going to wonder why it sounds like I'm talking through my nose all the time. Well, this is a whitewater kayak that I'm in here, and so I'm attached to it with a straight spray skirt, and if I flipped upside down, I'd have to roll up. But while I was doing that, if I didn't have nose plugs on, probably have a little bit of water pouring into my nose, which would be uncomfortable. So that's why I sound like I'm talking through my nose, because I've got nose plugs on. Probably the wise thing to do whenever you're in a whitewater kayak. You know, I don't know why I'm disposed to do this right now, but I feel like telling you a grizzly bear story of mine. This is back quite a while ago. I was hunting for elk with my bow, all alone, in between Big Sky Ski Resort and West Yellowstone. And in the course of being back there, I stopped and talked to this Fish, Wildlife and Parks female officer, and she was telling me, said, "Did you see any grizzly bears?" And I said, "Well, I'm just getting started. Only been in here one day." And she says, "Well, you know, we just finished a study in here, and in this 10 square mile area where we're at right now, where you're hunting," she said, "the study revealed 33 grizzly bears right here." I said, "That's a lot of bears." She said, "Yes, it is." So we said goodbye. I went a little bit, a couple miles further back into where I was, and I was hunting for elk up on this ridge, and I looked down. I didn't have my glasses on, but I looked down into this area where this creek was starting, way down below me. And I said, "Wow, that is a big moose. Look at that hump on his back. That's a big moose." So I got out my binocular, little scope, and I put it on this big old moose. And I said, that's a grizzly bear. That ain't no moose. That was the biggest grizzly bear I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a bunch of them in Montana. But that was a big one. And so, fast forward a little bit to the point where I've been hunting hard all day long, and I was tired. And so, I'm in my tent and sleeping. Got a 44 Magnum next to me and bear spray on the other side. And it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know it, but I soon would, because a grizzly bear came within 10 feet of my tent, maybe 10 yards, close, real close, right there, and roared. I surprised him. He was going through there and probably didn't expect to see my tent. And it's dark, and all of a sudden he gets my scent, sees my tent, and roars. So I was so tired. This is a true story, folks. I'm not making this up. I was so tired. I have to be real tired. I was so tired that it absolutely woke me up. That's how I knew it was about 3 o'clock. But I reached over and got my 44 Magnum, 4-inch revolver, 4-inch barrel revolver, and laid back down and put it on my chest. Waited for about 10 seconds. Didn't hear anything else. So I figured, well, that bear just got surprised and he's gone. So I put my gun back down, laid back down, went right back to sleep. That's how tired I was. I don't know if it was the same bear that I'd seen earlier in the day, because remember, within 10 square miles there were 33 bears that the Fish, Wildlife, and Parks there in Montana had counted in their survey. It's hard to say. Well, that's just one of many experiences I've had with grizzly bears in the Rocky Mountains of Montana hunting with my bow. Well, I'm bucking a little bit of a current here, so I definitely would call this backwaters of the Colorado River, but this current coming here, not hard, but there's some current. I would definitely say that this feels definitely like part of the river itself. I was going to take a picture of another, or film another grebe diving here in this area, but he swam underwater, probably about 75 yards. So what was once a pretty good shot on my video, on my GoPro here, he was too far away. They can really hold their breath. And they're divers, so obviously. So he's looking for lunch. Fish. This is a popular swimming area right here. People park up there probably 200 yards away, and then hike on a trail down to this area right here, and then dive off of that shelf right there. Water's pretty deep here. Yeah, fairly popular spot. As you can look up there and see those cliffs. And the cattails over here. I think I'm going to end this video right here because I'm going to do a music video featuring my original song, The Ghost of the Angel, right up there in those cliffs. So everyone, please subscribe, Please share. Please hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of these videos. There'll be more. And please hit the thumbs up icon. It's important. YouTube says it is very important. Sharing, getting these videos out to the lion's share of the entire world, especially my angelic videos, that series, is the most important thing to me and the Lord, but let's do it all. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.